Hello YouTube, it's your Movie 3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today we probably have the least relevant action figure review I have ever done. It is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Eternals movie Gilgamesh Build-A-Figure Wave Ikaris. Yeah, a movie that nobody saw. Nobody wanted the figures for. If you go to your local Ollie's, you can get every Eternal, pretty much. That is where I got him, actually. $9.99, cheapest in package price I saw anywhere ever. Admittedly, I actually liked this movie. If it would have been a show, I think everyone would have probably liked it a lot more. And I kind of like their outfits. I don't like their outfits the way they move in the film, but I thought these outfits translated really well to action figures. And Ikaris is my favorite Eternal in the comics. He's pretty much everyone's favorite Eternal in the comics. But I thought, hey, he's cheap. I like the metallicness. I think these suits translated well to these figures, and I honestly thought this movie was kind of underrated. So I picked him up. Let's see, you have this very crazily photoshopped artwork on the side. Moral, kind, and charismatic. One of those things is correct. Ikaris boosts incredible strength, flight, and the ability to project cosmic energy beams from his eyes. They don't want to call it heat vision because that makes him sound too much like Superman. You see, he actually doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. A lot of the time in the wave, the character that doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece will be like the most popular one. And it turns out none of them were popular. I don't really care to have Sprite or Druid or anyone. I certainly don't care to build a Gilgamesh. If this guy wasn't heavily discounted, I wouldn't have gotten him either. I mean, Fastos looks cool. Once again, I think their outfits translated way better to figures than, you know, they did in the film, but oh well, let's get this guy out of package. And here he is out of package. Ikaris. Yay! As I said, I do think this suit translates so much better to the figure. He's like fully metallic except for his like skin and hair and stuff. Very cool. I like the little gray tuft at the top of his head. It looks enough like the actor, but yeah, I really just like how fully metallic they went with it. A lot of the times they would cheap out on the metallic stuff, but like it looks really good. That's all, that gold isn't just painted on, the details are in there and it's painted into the curves. It's not super clean in some spots, but it's really nice in a lot of places. I don't know if more of that is supposed to be gold or not, but yeah, I actually think this sculpt is pretty good, in all honesty. It's a good sculpt, and the paint is decent. It's just not a character anybody cared about. Articulation-wise, you have a side-to-side on the head, up and down. I wish his head went back further to get in a better flying pose. He could be in a better flying pose, admittedly. He has up and down on the arms, nice rotation. No real hindrances on the upper half of the body here. You got that double elbow bend forward and back on his boyish little wrists. I really like this torso. It's good. I wish he had that ab crunch that Marvel Legends have now. I think this came out before they took that from the Lightning Collection and threw it in Marvel Legends. So he has nothing on the waist, really. Nothing, which is odd. They could have, I feel like, but I don't know. He has this kind of moderately soft plastic skirt thing going on, which does hinder the legs forward and kind of back a little, but his legs kick back farther than a lot of Marvel Legends, because Hasbro usually has hard plastic bussies, but he has a really flat bussy because it's covered by the skirt. You don't have to give him a bopping bussy, you know? So I guess it's okay. There are hindrances, but it's alright, could be worse. You have a thigh swivel, a double knee as in bend, up and down on the face, ankle pivot, and there are peg holes in there as well. He does come with a couple accessories like these open hands, which also articulate forward and back. They're fine, pretty normal type of accessory to have. And also, this is a pretty neat accessory. His kind of heat vision head, you can see the kind of sunken eyes in the back. It looks a little menacing. I actually had trouble deciding which one of these I wanted to kind of display on him, but I think I'm going to do this head, actually, quite factually. It's kind of neat. Now, since Ikaris here didn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, I actually think he maybe should have had more accessories, because the Build-A-Figure pieces come out of the budget for the individual figure. So, if that budget isn't coming out of him, I think he maybe should have had another pair or two of hands, or perhaps a flight stand. I think a flight stand would have covered that well, but he don't. He don't have. So yeah, I think he could have had more accessories. The accessories he has are good, but I think he should have more. Speaking of more, would you like to see more figures? Because it's time for size comparisons. First up, I'm going to compare him with some comic book Marvel Legends from Hasbro. This is actually a 2-pack that I got recently. It's a Squadron Supreme 2-pack with Dr. Spectrum. A lot of viewers are like, who? If you like Marvel enough to tune into an Eternals movie Ikaris review, maybe you've heard of him, but you've probably heard of Hyperion, who he shares the 2-pack with. Yeah, Dr. Spectrum, he's just like the Bucky Cap mold. Hyperion's got a really cool mold on him, though. Relatively recent 2-pack, and I think he scales well with them. So he looks like he's going to scale well with other Marvel Legends, and he should scale well with his own line. But these are comic Marvel Legends, who often have different dimensions and things. So let's show him with some movie figures. Yeah, first up, a movie, that's not in the MCU, but, I mean, he hopped over. You know him, you love him. It's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure. This is not the original one, which I'll probably sell. This is the remake that was in the 3-pack and then single-carded. Pretty cool. You know, this is a shortly out of high school Peter. So I think that sizing works. And then to show an actual MCU figure, and also kind of a bigger, kind of deluxe Build-A-Figure sized figure, here is the Captain America Brave New World Red Hulk, who is very tall. Whoop. Oh, there's my microphone that I'm not using. But yeah, I actually think he works with both of these. So he seems to just scale well with Marvel Legends in general, which is good. Great, even. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Hasbro Marvel Legends MCU Eternals movie Ikaris? He's really not a bad figure. It's just the few people that saw Eternals didn't care to buy a bunch of merch from it. If you liked the Eternals like I did, and even I didn't like it enough to buy all the Eternals, you know? Even I was just like, Ikaris is fine. I mean, even then, he's cool. And I still didn't want to pay full price for him. Like, I liked that movie, and I thought that if it was a show, it could have been really good. In fact, I have a sneaking suspicion that it was originally written as a show. But he's a cool figure. He could use more accessories, but I really like the detail and paint on him. The head sculpt looks enough like the actor, which is more than I can say for some MCU Marvel Legends, you know? He's not a bad figure at all. There's just not demand for him, so you can get him for $9.99 at Ollie's. And let me tell you, Ollie's are packed with the Eternals. Just packed. I went to 3 Ollie's yesterday, and every single one of them had a complete set of the Eternals. Not including the deluxe villain, whose name I don't even remember, but who had potential based on his dialogue. Anyway, that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. I have more Marvel, Power Rangers, Jurassic Park, Universal Monsters, all that kind of stuff coming very soon. That's it. Thank you all once again. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.